And we are live. It's such an interesting expression, isn't it? We are live. It's like we are alive. Of course, we're alive. Well, we are live right now with you to deliver a very important message. So, I want to welcome you here to this very special session where we're going to be talking about you. And more importantly, we're going to talk about how you can manifest your desires if that's what you just would love. Maybe you're somebody who's totally into these materials. And when I say these materials, I mean materials and understandings of what really creates success. Good morning to you. It's so good to see you here. And it is a good morning for sure. And if so, great. I have been studying success since 1979, January 1979, and I continue to study success. So today's topic is about how frustration, which is an emotional experience that many people have. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that kind comment. But frustration is an emotion that many people have and they experience. And so, why do people get frustrated? Why do people get frustrated? Why do you get frustrated? Why don't we get some dialogue going here and let's get some answers? Why do you get frustrated? I want you to answer that question. Type it in the little chat box. Let us know why you get frustrated. I'm going to put my reading glasses on so that I can see the comments. Hey, we've got some folks joining us from all over the world. Very, very good. Good morning. You're very welcome. Thank you. Someone is just commenting and thanking me for the valuable knowledge that I share. I really appreciate that. There we go. Okay. Thank you very much. So Kester A. Phillips says, not seeing what I want. There we go. Impatience. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. When something gets in the way of a goal and you're trying to reach, when things take too long or obstacles come in the way. Yes, because I made a mistake and let others control my feelings. All right, great, great. This is so valuable as we don't get results post working hard multiple times. Okay, what else do we have? Lack of resources, says someone. Okay, beautiful. Okay. Watching from Cambridge, Ohio. Oh, wonderful. No change, even if I actively, this is, it looks like there's more coming there, but I get the message, right? No change. And I bet a lot of you can appreciate that comment as well. It's like you're doing all these things, actively trying for change. Okay, thank you. Perfect. All right. I appreciate that. So if you're just joining us, we're talking about frustration and how frustration can serve you, because it can serve you. Now, why do people get frustrated? Well, we've heard a number of reasons right here. What does this one say? Okay, there we go. Haven't figured out the how. Okay, perfect. All right, good, good. Yeah, the kids put you on ignore. All right. Okay. So, a couple messages for you. I want you all to really listen in. Okay. So, we're going to be together for about 30 minutes and you're going to get some really valuable ideas that you can implement right away. And before I get to the solutions, I want to talk about why frustration is even there. So, we're seeing some answers here. We're seeing answers that are, that they've attempted to make a change, but nothing seems to happen, or something gets in the way, or allowing other things or events or people to control you, how you're feeling emotionally. And I like that, because what I'm really hearing here is people are taking responsibility, because the truth is we are responsible for how we feel, including feeling frustrated. You are in control of how you feel at all times, unless you're not. Unless you're out of control. You have the ability to control your emotions, but you may not be actively doing it. So understand that frustration or enjoying or appreciating at that moment. But it could also be frustration, could also come from an emotion of not getting the results that you want, or not having the results happen at the time that you would love those results to come. And also, frustration can be an emotion that comes from recognizing that there is a desire within you. And think of the word desire. It's apparently comes from a Latin word, which means of the Father. So there's a desire within you, which is a natural experience for more, or for something else, or for better. So when you feel that sense of frustration, understand that's typically what it is. Now, I would suggest, as a perception thing, is to view frustration as a beneficial experience for you. All right. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is that when you're frustrated, it's revealing something to you. It's revealing a sense of dissatisfaction in a way. Now, I suggest that you do not stay there. In other words, you do not stay in a frustrated state. It's okay to go there and to be there and to recognize the value in the message that it's delivering you. But if you stay frustrated, in other words, every day you're frustrated and you're feeling frustrated every day and nothing's working, etc., you are sabotaging success. You are pushing it away. You are in a negative energy that literally pushes the results away from you. You are not in a good attraction mode. You're in an attraction mode, and you're in an attraction mode of continuing to experience whatever it is that you're giving your attention to, because what you give your attention to is what manifests into physical form. And when we're talking about giving attention to, it's not only the thoughts, it's the feelings as well. And frustration is an emotional response. Frustration is a feeling. Okay. So if we think about the understanding that can really follow this, and what's really going to serve you is this: understand that when you have a desire for something other than what you're currently experiencing, it's a natural experience, and that's okay. The fact that you thought of something else, that you had the desire for something else, means that you have the ability to have it, to manifest it, to experience it, whatever that thought is. And here's the most important part of today's message: you do not have to know how. You do not have to know how you're going to manifest whatever it is that you want in your life. You do not have to know how. And I know a lot of people get frustrated because they don't know how. But if you understand that and really believe it, that you don't have to know how, you will get into a habit of letting go, of allowing your goals to manifest into your life. You practice something called non-resistance, where you're not resisting the experience, you're allowing it, the result that you desire, the outcome that you would love, to flow into your life. And how do you do that? By imagining that it is in your life now, that it's already done. So here's a question that I suggest that you write down. Get yourself a pen and paper, or if you're on your phone and you have a note section on your phone, write out this question, because this is a really important question. Now, what I do is when I hear of great ideas, and of course, I've been studying now for well over 44 years, I'll typically write them on a notepad. If I hear an affirmation that I resonate with or I love, or something that I believe will really contribute, I'll put it on a little index card. Sometimes I'll make signs, but I surround myself with only ideas that are growth, that are going to put me in the spirit of growth and positivity. So here's the question that I suggest you write down: how would I feel? This is for you. So you write it out as this: how would I feel and act right now if I had everything that I desired? How would I feel and act right now if I had everything that I desired? Now, I'm going to ask you guys that question right now. Now, I'm assuming you know what you want, right? So, how would you feel? And I'm going to invite you to type in the chat box as well. How would you feel and act right now were you to be experiencing everything that you desire? How would you feel and act? Let's get some answers going here. All right. I want to see what your answers are. Like, if you think about it, if you think about your outcomes, whatever it is that you desire to experience in your life, how you manifest that. Yeah, free. Okay, there we go. Free. Somebody wrote down free. Is that an experience? Is that something you would feel? Would you feel free were you to imagine right now that you have manifested whatever it is that you desire into your life? Okay, how would I feel right now if I had everything that I desired? Thank you. Nishita wrote that down in the chat box for everyone else to benefit from. Okay, and Christy says I would feel relieved and excited. Okay, Nishita says amazing, positive, and happy. Great. All right. Thank you. Happy and joyful, says Marie Ann. Okay, perfect. All right. So we've got a variety of different answers. Now, how would you be acting? All right. We've got answers that are relevant to how you're feeling were you to manifest everything that you desire. How would you be acting? How would you be acting? Now, very likely it's a similar answer. You'd be acting happy. You'd be acting confident. You'd be acting with certainty. All right. Now, what this creates is what's called a way of being. Okay. A way of being. And this is like a success. Okay. Perfect. Now, could you do that right now? Could you actually feel and act as if that was done? Gratitude plus relax, calm, says Sarah. Beautiful. I love that. Fearless, satisfied, fulfilled and happy. Okay, beautiful. Now, could you feel that right now? Could all of you feel what it would feel like right now were you to be experiencing everything that you desire? Absolutely yes is the answer. Yes. Okay, thank you. Thank you for typing in the answer. Absolutely, you could feel that. Are you, there's a better question, are you choosing to feel that right now, to feel and act as if you already have that which you desire? And if you are, great. That's great. So I'm going to read to you a little section of a book. It's a book that I've been studying. Absolutely, yes. Okay, thank you, Jay. This is a book by Neville Goddard. It's called Out of This World. Out of This World. And I'm just going to read you from a section. This chapter is called Assumptions Become Facts. Assumptions become facts. What's an assumption? An assumption is something that you would assume. It's a goal. It's an outcome that you have. Okay. Now, how do these goals become facts? And here's something that from this little section, this is a really wonderful chapter, actually. The entire chapter is amazing. Okay, now here's what he says. We have only to concentrate on the state desired in order to mentally see it. See, we have only to concentrate on the state desired in order to mentally see it. Now, before I go on, let's dissect that a little bit. We only need to concentrate. That's like a regular thing. It's not a once in a while thing. It's not like just for a few minutes. This is a way of being throughout your day. You are concentrating on the state desired, meaning how would you feel were you to already have that which you desire, right? In order to mentally see it. So when you're manifesting goals into your life, you're seeing them first in your imagination, right? That's what mentally see it means. You're using your imagination, you're visualizing, and that goal will manifest into form. But to give it reality so it will become an objective fact, we must focus attention upon the invisible state, until it has the feeling of reality. So when through concentrated attention, our desire appears to possess the distinctness and feeling of reality, we have given it the right. We've given it the right. We're manifesting it into form to become visible, concrete fact. Fascinating, isn't it? Okay, it is difficult to control the direction of your attention. If it is difficult to control the direction of your attention while in a state akin to sleep, you must find gazing fixedly on an object very helpful. So many of the master teachers from before teach that in order for you to really embrace the emotions like within you, to have these thoughts and these feelings of success, of already achieving that which you desire, impressed into your subconscious mind, you must reach what's called an alpha state. And an alpha state is a sleepy state. It's akin to sleep, but you're not asleep. You're still consciously aware, but you're extremely relaxed. Okay, extremely relaxed. And you're in that state minimum twice a day. You're in that state just before you go to sleep. And you're in that state again when you first wake up. You're awake, you're aware you're awake, but you're still very, very sleepy. Now, what some people do is they fall back asleep because they're feeling so relaxed and so sleepy. And in the evening, The process to actually go to sleep at night involves, getting into bed, and then you get very relaxed, you release, you let go, and you fall into sleep. Now, the moments actually just before you drift off into sleep, or those moments when you first wake up and you're still very, very sleepy, that's the sleepy state that many of their master teachers talk about. And when you're in that state, it's the most powerful time to impress an idea into your subconscious mind so that it becomes a part of who you are. Now, what other people do, and I certainly do this myself, is they'll do something called meditation, right? Or visualization. Now, why do they do that? They do that because they have a desire to produce a specific result. And the calmer you are, the more relaxed you are, the better it's going to go. And everyone has the ability to do this. You can lay down, close your eyes, take in some deep breaths, relax, put yourself into this state akin to sleep, next to sleep, like the pre-sleep moments or alpha state. You can do this and then use your imagination and see yourself in possession of what you desire. The reason why people do not manifest their desires is because they don't do this. They don't do the work. They have the hope and they have the wish, but they're not doing the work. The work. So what's the work, Peggy? Well, the work is actively imagining it. So I'm going to read something else to you from this same book, Out of This World by Neville Goddard. He says, define your ideal. Now, what's your ideal? That's your goal. Okay. So you define your goal. Okay. Define your goal and concentrate your attention upon the idea of identifying yourself with your ideal. So you're using your imagination actively, imagining that you are one with that ideal. Okay. This is who you are. This is a natural part of who you are. Now, it all sounds really simple when you read the books. Absolutely incredibly simple. And it is. It's simple for sure. But what happens is because we're all habitual creatures, people tend to just continually, identify themselves with the way that their life is right now. As an example of that, people that are in an experience of struggle, like people that are in experience of struggle where they don't have enough, right? They're constantly frustrated. They want more. They really do want more. They want their life to be better. They want to be earning more money or have more money. They want to have better results. They have that natural desire. They really, really, really do that. You have to know that it is your birthright. You have to understand that you're worthy of that you deserve that. And this is a big part of the reason why people sabotage their success and never experience better or desired results in their life, is because they are not identifying themselves as one with their ideal. Okay, you got to identify yourself as one with your ideal. So if your ideal or your goal is to be a success, a phenomenal success, to experience, life as a millionaire, perhaps, if that's what you desire, you have to identify yourself as one with that. You deserve it. It's in your life. You're worthy of it. And you're not taking from anyone else, not at all. It's good for all. It's good for you and it's good for others. It's not a selfish thing. But as a child, and I don't know about your childhood, but as my childhood, if I wanted something else, I'd get yelled at, like screamed at, by my parents, like, what do you think you are? Like this kind of thing. And if that kind of feedback is being sent to a child over and over again, they build a belief system within themselves that they're not deserving of success and they shouldn't be asking for more, and stop daydreaming and things like that. So they break the natural way that we are into a conditioned way that's destructive, that doesn't produce the results. So as an adult, we have to change that, right? We have to go to work to change it. It is what it is. It's just the way the world is. We live in a very interesting world, but we live in a world where every one of you, doesn't matter where you are, who you are, where you're born, what you have, what you don't have, what your religion is, what your education is, what your sex is. It doesn't matter any of that. Everyone has a birthright to be rich or to have everything that you desire. Everyone does. Everything that you desire. I want you to understand that. But in order for you to realize that, you've got to identify yourself with that outcome. And then he says, assume the feeling of being it. Okay, what does Neville Goddard mean by that? Assuming the feeling of being it. Assuming the feeling of being it means that you are already that person. You are already the success that you desire to be. You've got to assume it and walk around like that's who you are, not arrogant or disrespectful to other people. Literally, you're walking around feeling and knowing and believing that you're already the success that you desire. The feeling that would be yours were you already the embodiment of your ideal. The feeling that would be yours. Okay, so let's sort of dissect that for a moment. I asked the question earlier, how would you feel and act were you to have everything that you desired? And we received a number of wonderful answers. Thank you for the answers. Things like gratitude, things like relax, things like calm, things like I'd feel like a success, etc. This is what he's talking about, right? You assume the feeling of being it, the feeling that would be yours. Like if you feel gratitude, great. If you feel relaxed, great. If you feel happy, great. You feel it now, right? That would be yours. Were you already the embodiment of your ideal? In other words, was it that it was already in your life? Then live and act upon this conviction. You live and act upon that conviction. Now, this takes time. It definitely takes training. All right. You need to focus. You need to focus on the results consistently. Whatever you hold as your dominant state of being, your dominant thoughts, your dominant feeling is what's going to manifest into your life. So you live and act as if this is the way you want to live your life. That's why I suggested you write out the question, how would I feel and act right now if everything that I desired was in my life right now? This is what he's saying. You live and act on this conviction. This assumption, though denied by the senses, if persisted in, will become fact. Denied by the senses? Okay, so that happens all the time with people. Denied by the senses. So let's use a very simple example. Money. Maybe more money or more of what they used to call the green stuff. I don't think it's green anymore. Our money in Canada is very colorful, but they desire to have more riches in their life. Okay, they desire that. But when they look at their bank account or they look at their credit card statements or they look at, their paycheck stub or whatever, they're not seeing what they love. You see, you have to deny the evidence of the senses. What are your senses? Your senses are your sight, your hearing, your speaking, your touching. These are your senses, right? Your feelings. These are your senses. So you have to deny what's in your life right now, what the results are right now, because that's not what you desire. But this is why people keep recreating and recreating more of the same, is because they are not identifying themselves with the outcome that they desire. They identify themselves as someone who struggles, as someone who's in debt, someone that never seems to get ahead. Maybe that's you. Now, that's not a judgment. It's very valuable to have the awareness of whether you're doing it or not doing it. Because if you have the awareness, then you can do something about it, right? When you have the awareness that you are frustrated, as an example, then you can choose to do something about it. Now, what are you going to do about it? You're going to change the way you act and feel, which would be in harmony with what you desire, which is your opportunity. Every one of us has that opportunity to do that now. Everybody does. You want to be focused on that. So when I suggest write out the question, writing out the question is a small part of it. Will writing out the question change your life? No. What will change your life? What will change your life is answering the question and embracing the outcome, feeling and acting as if that desire or all your desires were in your life right now. That's going to change your life. Now, will it change your life immediately? Yes. Why? Because you're feeling it right now. Think of this statement: infinite patience produces immediate results. What does that mean? Infinite patience produces immediate results. There's 5 words. Infinite patience produces immediate results. Okay, so let me dissect that for you. Okay, infinite patience means that when you are imagining that you already have, in other words, you're feeling and acting as if you have everything that you desire, there's no need for impatience or frustration, none, because you're imagining it's in your life right now. The words produces immediate results means that you're in full on manifesting mode and it is being attracted to you. How long will it take? Don't know. Nobody knows how long it takes for a goal to manifest into form. But I tell you this with absolute certainty, when you do, as suggested in the trainings, in my teachings, you will produce phenomenal results. I was chatting with a client yesterday who has had extreme, quantum leaps. And this is a gentleman that was in a version of my program. It's now called Skipping Levels, but he had a desire to make some changes in his life and made a commitment. And in the beginning, there was some struggle because the old paradigms trying to pull back, right? But he understood it through the teachings to override them, to replace them, to act and feel as if whatever he desired was in his life right now, and is now living a phenomenal life and is now running a business that produced millions of dollars. Was he when he joined my program? No, he was in struggle and had experienced a lot of struggle for the majority of his life, but made a committed decision to get out of a frustrated state, to study and apply. It's not enough to study. You've got to apply as well. Now I'm going to check in with Roddy and see if there are any questions for today, because we're about to wrap up our event. Now, Roddy is sharing with everyone here the Power Life Script live event that we're doing on the 18th of November. Now, Power Life Script is a process that I created back in the middle of the 90s. It is the most powerful technique to manifest your dreams into reality. It's the most powerful technique I've used and many of my clients have used. It's being used by thousands of people all over the world. I've had people tell me stories of how they 10 times their income using their Power Life Script. I had one woman who was upside down in debt, 7 figures upside down in debt. Get a Power Life Script. So go to powerlifescript.com/live. Okay, powerlifescript.com/live. I know Roddy has been putting the links in here right now. So I've had, people tell me that they increased their income significantly. And in many cases, one woman who was 7 figures in debt and then created 7 figures in revenue in her business consistently. Her business is doing really, really well. Had another client tell me that they actually manifested health, like great health, by using it. I use my Power Life Script to manifest everything in my life, from dream homes to my wonderful relationship with my husband, to the success of my business, to my bestsellers, to my books, to the results that I have in in all areas of my life, and my health as well, to get back into perfect health as well when I went through a health challenge that I had. And so Power Life Script is something that is the most powerful technique there ever was. And what's phenomenal about it is that it's very easy to create and very easy to apply. But when you follow what I teach in the program, which is very simple, and it's right now we're doing a special, it can absolutely change every area of your life, because if you do it right, you will be thinking and acting as the person that has already accomplished the goods that you've set for yourself. Oops. I had a challenge. I had a feeling that having Bella in the room was going to be a challenge. I'll let her. Somebody came to the door. All right. Well, we are just about a minute away from the bottom of the hour. That is really what the message was today. Check out the Power Life Script by going to the link that's been posted here, powerlifescript.com/live. Join us. The recommendation is that you have a Power Life Script before you join the event. And you'll understand why, because it's definitely going to serve you to have one. So we'd love to see you at the event. It absolutely can make the biggest difference in your life. It's the most powerful technique that was ever created. All right. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Roddy, as well. I appreciate you being here with everyone, and we'll see you again next week. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye for now.